Hi Libra, how are you? I hope you're doing well. This is Naveen Ferguson. You have reached the channel. Okay, so we're going to do a reading for you for January 2023. And normally, I would have given the extended reading at my Patreon page, but I will also be including the extended reading in this YouTube in this YouTube vid. And of course, if you would like to further support me, feel free to check out my Patreon page and become a YouTube extended member. The link is in the description box below. That would be patreon.com/Naveen Ferguson. Okay, so angel spirits, guys, please cooperate with me for the understanding, the reading for Libra for January 2023. Let's see what is going on with them. Okay, so right here we have the message and we have the clarifiers and we have the angel message right there. I'm gonna put the deck right over here. So let's see what's going on. Libra. Okay. Oh, that is interesting. Okay, so starting off basically in the month, and this is like a holistic view of the month. I'm not necessarily saying like the first day is going to be like something. It could be the energies within the first few days or the first couple of days. Okay, and if there's something more specific, of course, I will discern and I will specify. So starting off a bit with the month of January, you have the 9 of Swords and the 2 of Swords. Clearly, you're going in, it seems like you're going into the New Year's with a lot on your mind. It seems like you're battling certain anxieties, certain plausible frustrations that you've had that have carried over a bit into the New Year's. But however, I don't necessarily sense a negative disposition to this. I sense it's more so a proactive or I forgot the word I was going to use, but it's a type of decision where there's some of you for business, some of you a life decision. You're trying to figure out which way you want to go. And it also seems like it's also going to literally change, like I think half of you, it's going to change your lifestyle in a grand way, like a major way. I'll say it like that, like night and day almost, with the 2 of Swords. Then the next half of you, I'm feeling like it's really going to be a change to your routine, a change from the norm, which also kind of makes sense because a lot of people normally do New Year's resolutions and stuff like that. But you're having a lot of interpretation by it. Some of you, it seems like with the 9 of Swords, you are a bit apprehensive. You don't know if you can do it. You're doubting yourself. And then some of you, it's like you kind of don't want to do it, but you know that you have to do it. And you're concerned with how that may make you feel and also how that might change your structure, your carefully laid structure of your personal world as you would have to adjust. I'm sensing that there is a certain individual for some of you, one, maybe two, but around one major individual that seems to be slightly like airing you on, like with some confidence, like you can do this, you know. A lot of your anxieties and everything are actually in your head, and they're unfounded, in a certain way. Unfounded in the way that I'm sensing they are easy fixes, and you're kind of making a little bit of a mountain out of a hill. So whatever anxieties you may have, just trust to know that you will get like a divine spark, as it were, to figure out exactly what to do in order to satisfy it or to satiate the situation. So let's look at the clarification. Yeah, so the Page of Cups. This is clarifying the anxieties, the indecisions almost, that you're realizing that you have to go forward with this. You have to do this, and you're doing it for yourself. This Page of Cups, I'm sensing, is you showing more love to yourself, more focus on yourself this new coming year of 2023, and especially starting in the month of January. Yeah, there's a big focus on yourself, loving yourself more, realizing the important things in your life. And also, it seems like you're also cycling through things that weren't really your thing and you were just a part of something because of other people. But this year, you're focusing more on yourself, and because you're taking that stance, that's also giving the whole anxieties with like your circle and certain other people, how they're going to be impacted in a certain way, how they're going to feel, and you want to do things in a certain way. You just don't want to cause too much problems, but you know it's something you have to do, and you're trying to figure out ways to do it. It's almost like you don't also want to ruffle feathers, as it were, which makes, I mean, sometimes, you have to. You're not doing it maliciously, but it's a decision that you feel is right for you. You need to do it. And I sense that there is going to be a strong encouragement and help that's going to be coming your way, whether it's from external forces or whether it's your internal forces or a combination. So let's see what's continuing. Yeah, look at that. The King of Cups. And okay, so now I'm sensing this is where you want to be for yourself. You want to love your life, and you want to be living it for your truth. But another part of a group of you, it's like there's someone. Remember that person I told you over here at the start of your anxieties? They're going to come in with a more supporting role to aid you on this transformation that you want for yourself. So that's for a small few of you. But for the grand amount of you, you're taking this cup, the starting cup, and this is the vision that you want for yourself. Now, the energy that I'm sensing in this is that you're not going to be here with the full-on aspect of the King of Cups. However, there's an energy of the King of Cups that are just going to come. It's like how would I put this? Feeling what will be, what can be. If you, for example, some people may want to buy a house, for example, and you can take a tour in that house and feel the vibe of that house. You know what I mean? But you don't necessarily own it yet because you haven't gone through maybe saving a certain amount, talking with the bank maybe, or, making a decision, selling your old house to get to get into new house and, stuff like that. You're touring the house, but you don't fully have it, but you could feel the vibe of it. So that's what's happening here. This influx of this loving energy, like living the type of life which you are passionate about, you love, and you want to share with those who are very significant to you, and you want the authenticity of your surroundings to be an accent of you. You don't want to be looking at your things in your life, your movements, your actions, your hobbies, and all this kind of stuff to be reflective of other people's wishes for your life. You want to love the choices and the dynamics of your life that reflect you authentically. So that's the energy that's going to spur you on. It's like a influx of a drive that will come in to aid you. And Spirit is telling me this particular energy is going to come the latter part of the first week of January. Is going to ebb into the second week of January as well. So it's like a unction. So let's see the clarification. Yeah, look at that, the strength card. It's going to take a lot of strength in order to subdue those negative thoughts that may circle, like hover a bit, okay? And it's going to take strength for you to be reserved in your approach with your love. There's a balancing that's going to be happening so that you don't get carried away and making decisions solely on your emotions, which is not normal and typical for you. It's just that there's just a certain frustrations, and just like you're done, you want to live your life. It's a really strong drive. So you have to tame that lion. You have to tame that beast within you that just wants to get it done and go. It's going to take a moment. So just control the energy, focus that lion heart and do things in an amicable way. So that is the clarification for that. I am curious to see. I mean, I always say that. I mean, if you watch some of my other readings lately, I always look forward to seeing the extended reading to see the connections between the energies. But we'll get to that later. So continuing, yeah, look at that. The Nine of Pentacles. So, you know, what's funny, Libra, like a lot of times it's like when I see the cards, they speak towards, like I normally get a feeling of them speaking towards the happenings in the time that the reading represents. However, with you, it's more so, for majority of you, it's more so the aspect of a promise, the aspect of your current movement is going to lead you to this. Okay? So with the Nine of Pentacles, as you make that change in your life towards things that you love, they're passionate about, that reflects you, you will discover that your finances and your resources will start to reflect that as well. You'll start getting that physical, tangible, okay, liberation for yourself. Your emotional constructs will be starting, okay, for you to make those decisions, and your choices are going to reflect those emotional decisions within reason, okay, so that you can start gearing your life accordingly. And that is going to spur the physical attributes of your body. I sense a lot of you, because you're doing this and living more authentically, your health will get better. You will also attract physical abundance further in your life that will enhance, that will reflect your lifestyle choices. And it is a very positive thing. You will gain that independence that you seek. You will gain that notoriety. You will gain that resolve in yourself to be like, how would I put this? You're not dependent on anyone else. You know, you're just very confident. Yes, confident. That's the word I'm searching for. Confident in your stride and confident that you made the right choice. You're going to be feeling like very accomplished, and it will reflect. And I sense this is going to be closer to the end of January, but it may start hitting a bit at the latter part of the third week of January. Let's see some clarification for the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it's literally what I just said. Okay, so you have Libra, you have the Three of Wands. So this is someone who's taken that journey and waiting for ships to come in, as it were, as a normal way. However, with you, it's like you decided to go, it's a lot of water. You decided to take up from wherever you came from, and you decided to move towards this ship to take you to your more authentic self. Okay? You just took up what you needed and you're waiting for that ship. Your emotions are bringing you here, and you're waiting for that ship. While you're waiting for that ship, you're just making those particular choices of how you're going to be, how you're going to act, how you're going to move, how you're going to speak, all that kind of stuff. And it's because of that, when you get on that journey, as you're going to be getting on that journey in the month of January, your wish fulfillments, like I said, are going to start manifesting. I also sense for some of you, there will be a divine intervention to also further aid you. There will be wish fulfillments that will be happening sporadically, I'm sensing. They will be small starting off, but then they'll be going into... Hold on for a moment. Sorry about that interruption, Libra. I don't live alone. Okay, so as I was saying, yeah, there will be sporadic, thank you, Angel Spirits, guys. There will be sporadic gifts from the universe to assist you on your way. Some may be grander than others, but it's going to move, as I'm sensing, with your passions. The more you clean closer or keenly go closer to your authentic self, the more your cups will be filled. Okay? That's an interesting way to see the Nine of Pentacles. I've never actually seen it like that before. This is the first time in that way. If you want the drink, you have to show that you want the drink. You have to go to the bartender and get the drink. And that's the drink that you want. If you're going away in a different direction, how are you going to get the drink? Okay? It is because this is clarifying the Nine of Pentacles, which is like pretty awesome. But clearly you have to make the resolve to change your mindset, to change your focus, control that focus. And as you're controlling that focus and making that change, then you'll see the physicalities of your world start to shift and change. So clearly there's actually a lot happening in the month of January 2023 for you. I hope this is encouraging you right now, because I think it's pretty awesome. So let's continue. The Seven of Swords. Okay, so what's happening here in the month of January? I don't sense any malicious intent or anything like that from anyone. I sense, again, a bit of you overthinking, thinking that you need more than what you actually need. That is what's coming through on this, Libra. So I'm also feeling that in the midpoint of January, you may, I wouldn't call it second guess. I would just think it's like over preparedness, or just going overboard with a something that you're saying, and something that you may be thinking about strategizing. You may want to trail back a little bit and make it a little bit simpler. Okay? No need to overthink too much in the month of January 2023. Use your discernment, and that's also reflected over here by using a bit of discernment because of the blindfoldedness with the Two of Swords, just deciding which way to go. Okay? Don't overthink it. That's a very good advice there. Let's see the clarification for that. Yeah, look at that. The Tower is clarifying this right here, because you're overthinking a strategy or whatever, but the clarification is the Tower that, guess what? You can overthink and strategize and try to put something together in a certain way, but guess what? The Tower is coming to let you know, listen, this is going to happen regardless of whatever you're doing. Okay? The situation, this movement, this change in you is going to happen regardless of however you try to strategize. So I'm sensing, just go with the flow. There is no need to plan on something that is happening, that will happen. You have no control. See how the Seven of Swords is trying to control the swords and choosing which sword to leave behind and stuff like that. It's like, you know what? Just let it happen. There's a flow that's going to be happening, and you're going to make those decisions. When those decisions and choice and situations come up in January, be authentic, like I said, in your choice, in the direction you want your life to move now. Okay? But do not try to control the flow, because the flow is going to happen with or without you. Technically, you cannot control it. Okay? That's why I said don't overthink, don't overstress yourself in that. Okay? I hope that makes sense. So let's continue on, Libra. Yeah, look at that. The end result, and I'm feeling this is going to be the end part of January into the early parts of February. You will start to discover a new lifestyle. The Page of Pentacles is someone who is keenly aware of his resources, his material possessions, his abilities to create abundance with a good stride and focus, and a certain keen effort of investment, work ethic type demeanor. Your apparel, like I said, your is going to be enhancing a bit. Your health is going to be enhancing, and your finances are going to be enhancing. Your quality of your holistic world, even people around you, are going to be enhancing. And I'm sensing in some of you, your circle, they are going through their transitions as well, and they will also be enhancing to meet up with you as well. And in some of you, you will be leaving some people by the wayside because they are just not on your level at this time. They still have their things to go through. Okay? But this is where you're headed to after all of this advice and this discussion that you're going through and making these decisions. This is where it's leading you, that start to that next level in your life. A very promising, very uplifting level, very profitable level as well. Let's see the clarification for the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, look at that. The Queen of Cups. You have the King of Cups here. Remember that jolt of that passionate energy, that love for yourself. And then you have the Queen of Cups that's going to be ending that part. This is someone more regal, and you're going to be like starting actually to believe at the latter part of January, early part of February. You're going to start to believe, wow, you know what? I made these particular changes. Look at that face. Look at that. Do you see that? Is it coming in focus? See how like almost like a deep longing, like anticipation, like deep thought, you know? Her cup is being filled. Even from the storm clouds in the background, she's like, wow, you know, and this is gender neutral. I'm just saying this is she, but you know, you could be a he or they or she, you know, it doesn't matter. I'm just giving you the energies and the card itself. You are going to realize at the latter part of January, like, wow, a lot has been changed and came through only because I decided to change my mindset, only because I decided to move with my authentic passions and fill my own cup for a change. And all this happened in 1 month? Wow. And it's going to spur you on to move forward into the next month. And you're going to be a little bit in a disbelief, but it's like you're ready for this new change. You're ready for this elevation in life. You're going to be, I also said the universe is going to be holding you and guiding you and helping you through this. That is awesome. So finances, physical abundance in various respects, and also physical and tangible love within your heart for yourself, that esteem for yourself, that worth, that continued quality of yourself. And let's see the angel message. Yeah, look at that. The Page of Wands. This is someone who is, in this case, is someone who is just moving forward with a new plan of action, a physically moving and getting things done, physically now learning a new way of doing things, and slowly beginning to understand and gain that experience in this new mindset and making those new things happen. This is a card like walking the talk, as it were. And see look at that. This is the clarification. You have the Knight of Wands, and this is coming right after the page. So when you're walking the walk and you start gaining that experience through the month of January 2023, then you'll start getting that steady stride. A brand new, what do you call it? A brand new system is being constructed. Okay, that's because you're starting to believe it. And you get in your horse and you start like trotting a bit. It's like, yes, I can do this. Yes, this is going my way. Yes, I'm very excited about this. Okay, it's actually very clear with that. It's not much Spirit wants me to say further on that. This is just an indication to show that this energy in January 2023 is to help you to get from point A to point B in your movement, in your change in life. Okay. So this is the point where I would say, please go to my Patreon page to see the extended read. But like I said, I am also including the extended read for a time right now on the YouTube channel. But again, the link for the Patreon page is in the description box below. So if you feel free to further support my channel and the dynamics I'm aiming to do, feel free to follow me or become a Patreon member. Well, actually, in this case, like, share, subscribe to the channel, all that kind of stuff. And feel free to go to my Patreon page, which is patreon.com/Naveen Ferguson. Okay, so let's get into your extended reading, and let's see what are the messages in between the messages. Okay. So we have further clarification, further insight, or even just like added like double confirmation, as it were. Sometimes that happens too. Okay, so let's see what's happening here, Libra. So the connected factors with your anxieties starting off and everything like that, and finally just choosing to love yourself and move forward in your love and the energies of the King of Cups with the Strength card. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is that first connecting factor. Once you get over these anxieties, okay, and start to love yourself and move forward in a controlled love, this is again, I'm sensing a future dynamic happening here. That is the start of a slow and steady, very withstanding the test of time investment into not only yourself, but moreover for the majority of you, especially actually for everybody, but it's a bit more for a larger majority of you, where you'll see it a bit faster and a bit more robust, as it were, investments in your tangible world. And I'm sensing a lot more finances. And this is not fly by night finances. These are finances that's going to grow and build on itself. It's going to allow you opportunities to grow and build and invest. Okay, and the investment is going to be used, of course, towards your health and towards those who are close to you, but also you will start seeing your actual bank account getting a bit bigger, as it were, like saving more to do whatever it is that you are planning to do for the future. I'm not trying to look too deeply in that, but it is because you change this mindset that you give yourself this opportunity to finally make that shift in your life to more of a physical abundance, that more grounded insurance that one day if something would happen, you will have the resources to deal with the situation. Okay? So let's continue on with the clarification between the King of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. Look at that. The King of Wands, which makes perfect sense, Libra, because once you make that decision in your heart and control those passions and love for yourself, then you move forward in the action of those passions. So the King of Wands, you will be delegating the dynamics in your life. Okay, you'll be delegating. Some of you, if you're involved in a project, some of you, if you're involved in how would I put this? What's the word I'm searching for? In a company, yes. If you're involved in your household, whatever the case may be, a grouping, or just yourself physically, you will be delegating the actions of what you are going to allow in your life, what you're not going to allow in your life anymore. You're going to make very strong, passionate decisions where you're not going to waver from it, actually, because you've made that resolve, and you're going to be very strict but still very pliable, because you wanted to authentically reflect yourself as you continue, and I'm sensing as you continue to discover yourself. I'm sensing some a little bit of anxiety still here. You may not, I think some of you may not be too used to delegating your life in a more prominent way. But Spirit is saying that this is a good developing ground for you to take charge of your life. Okay. Oh yeah, that makes perfect sense because of what was happening here. Remember from the initial first part of the reading, we were talking about how you started moving away from your life itself being more reflective a bit with other people's views and stuff like that. Yeah, this is you finally thinking and acting and moving for yourself. So that's the connecting factor here. And once you're doing that, that's also how you start, because you're physically doing that, you're going to be bringing in the physical abundance, attracting it to you. So let's see the clarification for the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Yeah, it's a lot of movement, a lot of developmental structures that's happening here. The Knight of Swords. So you'll be moving swiftly. And I think that's also why, see, the Knight of Swords is a very fast motion, very quick-witted. And you could be very quick-witted, very intelligent, okay? They're just cutting through and ready to go and just get it done. And this is how you want it done. And this, you know what I mean? This is the time frame that you want it. But guess what? This is very good that it came with the clarification, because remember, we spoke about the passions. Don't let it get carried away with you. And that's why you have that Strength card down here as another clarifier right here to control that lion in you, control that beast, steady as you go. Okay, you may want to go quickly with, okay, you made a decision, you're going to use your resources and stuff like that. You see the potential of the decision, and you're going to make those movements. You're going to like be very strict with yourself and stuff like that, and you want to get it done. Okay, I see it here with the Knight of Swords, but I am ebbed to let you know, you may feel that, but control the motion. Try not to go too swiftly, too fast. You might miss something. Okay, everybody's situation is different, but I'm going to urge you, especially in the first part of January, don't be too quick to act. Okay, so let's continue on. Let's see what is the connected factor between the Nine of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. This is showing you the abundance that is going to be coming your way, and also trying not to overthink right here. So what's the connecting factor? Yeah, look at that. That makes perfect sense. So remember, we spoke more as the Nine of Pentacles being more of that future dynamic that's happening, that you're developing, okay? And the Eight of Pentacles is literally that connected factor of someone who is developing. What did I say? Someone who is honing their crafts, learning something new if they need to, and doing something uniquely, authentically them. And they know it's going to bring a profit. They know it's going to bring in a life change. They know it's going to elevate them to a new circle and stuff like that. But as you're crafting it, and as you're being authentic, and it connected right here, remember these two right here, you don't want to overthink it. Okay? If you overthink it, or if you are too judgy on your own work, too judgmental, you're gonna cause a setback. Okay, and see some of these also up here getting cobwebs. You have stuff that you haven't even used yet. Okay, and they are still worth something. This is a stage for you to consider all of your resources. Don't think that any one thing is better than the other, because they all have their time and place to be used, okay? But don't overthink any new dynamic either. As you're progressing and building a new thing, a new way of being, try to be a little bit pliable with yourself and don't overthink it. Go a little bit with the flow, okay? And I'm also pulled to the water back there, the passion, that flow, okay? So let's see the clarification between the King of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles, because this is the action card, that basically really delegating, getting your world together, and this is really working and focusing on the crafts within your world. Yeah, look at that, the Ten of Wands. So this is really speaking towards putting, I'm getting two dynamics for you, and I guess that's the two groupings more so of the Libra energies that I'm sensing. Some of you really need to put down some burdens, okay? Some things that you were taught, some experiences that certain people have told you have to be critical, you have to make sure X, Y, and Z. That's too much pressure. You need to put those wands down, okay? And further focus on your craft, the way you want to do it, and don't overly think about it. And then some of you is like the work that you're gaining also the experience, or you're using the experience from your past to kind of focus in and actually hone something unique because of these amazing experiences that you've come upon. You will find these Ten of Wands, which is the end part of a trial, almost an end part of accomplishing and understanding, putting certain physical attributes together. That came after you started delegating and organizing your world a bit differently, and you discover that, wow, you know a lot. You are capable of a lot. Okay, so with that understanding, do not allow that to weigh you down, okay? And at the same time, acknowledge that you have all those talents and available to you. They're in you, and you can use them, okay? Hence, going further into the Eight of Pentacles. So that, and also I'm pulled right here. Look, because it's over with the further clarification with the Three of Wands and the Nine of Cups. See, this makes perfect sense. The King of Wands, for some of you, like I said, when you're delegating and you're moving things around, you're discovering those wands. Those discoveries are some of those are going to be the Nine of Cups. Oh, you didn't know you had that. Oh, you didn't know you could do that. Oh, you forgot that you had that, or you forgot you could do that. These are the inclinations that are going to open those next doors for you to accomplish what you need to do, okay? Which is going to set you up to get ready for that ship that's also coming in, okay? That change in life, those opportunities that's going to be coming in, okay? So let's continue on. The connecting factor for, oh my gosh, I just realized I didn't put the extended for the the angel message. I'll just put this over here so I don't forget it. Okay, so continuing on, let's see the connecting factor between the Seven of Wands and the Page of Pentacles here. Remember, don't overthink, and you're at the end part, you're going to start seeing that shift, that change in your entire world. Yeah, again, you have a lot of endings and shifts to change, just major changes. Okay, the 10 of Swords, which makes perfect sense because you're in the sword category right here. This is putting down, like, coming through something that was painful, something that was arduous, something that was very, very emotionally draining, physically draining, like mentally draining, and just stressful on every level. You'll be realizing that this change and not overthinking is actually what you need to get rid of things that really didn't matter, to get rid of these stresses that you never really needed, and you'll start to see life in a whole new way. This pain and suffering in certain respects that you've gone through, that you have to fight through to like gain some level of success in a certain way, you'll realize, you know what, that's all those swords that these people has put into me. Their way of doing things, their philosophies, their words of discouragement, all those kind of things. You're going to start realizing over here, especially, that because you decide to focus on love for yourself and doing things authentically for you, you realize, you know what, this was the best decision I could make, so that I will never have to be subject to someone else's viewpoints and ideologies that really never profited you much to begin with. And it was very stressful. It was just painful. It was annoying. You know, you kind of probably woke up almost every Monday and like, oh my God, another Monday. Why? You know what I mean? For some of you. Okay, so you'll realize the pain and suffering can be a thing of the past. I'm sensing to say can be if you continue this stride. Okay? I'm sensing this isn't a promissory. Sometimes this is a promissory, like more often than not, is like telling you, the Ten of Swords telling you this particular suffering is done, it's over, it's gone. You know, you went through a whole fight, a battle. But for you, Libra, I'm sensing a can dynamic, as in you have to choose the Ten of Swords. Okay, you have to choose to continue on this journey of this self-discovery and elevation, to not go back into these old routines. Okay? So let's see the connecting factor between the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. Yeah, look at that. The King of Swords. Literally, you have kings and queens. I mean, this is a lot of masculine energy as well, because you have to get things done in a certain way and be very tactful, very go at it, you know. It's time for a change, no joking around, you know. The King of Swords. So this is this is extremely intelligent and realizing, and I also sense you will be getting epiphanies with the King of Swords, realizing, oh wait, there's a more logical way to do this. That's why I said don't overthink. You're going to sense the ability to allow things to play out and delegate them accordingly. With the King of Swords, you're going to see how the flow can be used to your advantage. It's better in certain respects than you trying to figure out something out of the blue to deal with a situation, but you're allowing the situation to happen, and you're going to be tactful with how you navigate through it very, very expertly. And you will realize these Ten of Swords as well, and you will realize what sword, Spirit is sensing, what sword was actually for your benefit, and the rest, let it go. That's the one sword right here. Actually, it makes perfect sense. It's like the Ace of Swords, the divine sword, which is hard fought to get, by the way. It's not an easy sword to have. You will have, at the latter part of January, a very highly elevated sense of intelligence and epiphanies that's going to help you make strategic decisions moving further into 2023. So let's see the overarching extended angel message. Yeah, look at that. The Three of Pentacles, Libra. After all is said and done in January 2023 and going also into February, you're going to blossom in a certain way where you're going to discover a system and this looks like a lot of developmental structures right here already. You're going to discover a system to build and move and be, depending on what's happening in your life, because this is a general message, everybody's different. You will discover a particular aspect of yourself that will be further refined. Spirit is saying that it's not going to be fully accomplished yet, but it will be further refined. You'll figure out a unique way of doing something, a unique way of being, and it really does complement you, and it really will bring in your pentacles. Okay? You may also have 2 other people who might even invest in you further or support you financially in certain ways, but you will shine. Okay? And you will realize this in yourself, a brand new confidence. Clarifier, yeah, look at that. The 6 of Cups. This is going to bring a level of peace and calmness to your mind, to your spirit. Okay? You're going to feel, Spirit is saying a lot of you are going to feel a bit of a childhood happy moment, which some of you, Spirit is saying, that you haven't felt in a little while, because it's almost felt like you're in a hamster wheel going over, doing the mundane, just trying to get by in a certain way, just trying to semi-live, and not necessarily being unhappy, but not necessarily being full happy, Libra. But Spirit is saying with this change, it's going to help you bring in that full happiness, that spark of life, that fulfillment. And you will find it in this new way of being, and it's going to profit you. Okay, so Libra, I do hope that this message has helped you in an amazing way. Please be encouraged. Take the advice, I hope, because it seems very succinct, and I think it'll serve you well. So yeah, thank you, and feel free to like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon. Do they still do the bell icon? I have no idea. And feel free to further support the channel by becoming a Patreon member to patreon.com/Naveen Ferguson, link in the description box below. Okay, have a wonderful new year, Libra. Bye.